What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are cutting into the frame rails in the 240SX, and that is going to be a huge move. I'm a little anxious, to be honest, on actually sending it with this mod. The Ishikawa wide body kit kind of calls for it if we're going to do some really clean fitment with the body kit, so it's a must-do type modification. So in today's video, we're pretty much going to show you all the necessary work into doing this modification. Now, this modification is probably one of the most important modifications to do for this kit. Because the kit is a high-rise wheelbase kit, we're going to have to take away a bunch of this material from here all the way in. Before we get into the 240SX and actually start doing some crazy work, I want to give you guys an update on the shop. Arlen and I have been doing a lot of work to get the shop to where it is at the moment. So based on the last video, you guys will see that these walls weren't painted before, so they are painted now. A bunch of stuff has been moved around, like the wheel balancer, wheel mounting machines. They were over on that side of the shop. Now they're over on this side because we are ready to start epoxying the second half of the shop. So Arlen and I have been working really hard to get the shop ready and moving so that we can start making the bigger moves, which means installing real equipment into this shop for you guys and for the vlog. So get ready for it. It's gonna be sick as fuck.
So another very important piece of equipment that just arrived shortly before this video was filmed is our new air compressor. You guys have seen the dainty little Cobalt compressor, things like that. It works great for small air tools and things like that, but to run the tire machines that we have over there and other big equipment, you're gonna need something with a little bit extra more beef, actually a lot more beef. So what we got here is an Ingersoll Rand air compressor. Ingersoll Rand's been in business for years and years, and they supplied great tools, great air compressors. This is a piston style air compressor, which means it's a little bit louder than your newer rotary screw compressors, which companies like Kaiser use, but they're a lot more cost effective. The maintenance is super easy. It's literally oil changes, air filter, belts. That's all you have to worry about. The great thing about this air compressor is that it runs super strong. This is a 7.5 horsepower, 175 PSI CFM, so it's more than enough for any of the tools we'll ever run into here. Most tools that we have in here, I think the highest would be the Auto 34 at 135 PSI. So having that little bit of extra pressure is always nice to have, just in case we ever run into anything where, oh, we need like a stronger tool, like use a stronger tool like an air hammer, for instance, which requires a lot of pressure. But yeah, once this thing is fitted in, it'll pretty much supply the shop with air with years and years to come.
Sick, dude. I'm hyped. And how much did we spend on this, Arlen?
So with this, we only spent maybe about like 1.8 to 2,000 for this specific machine.
Okay, well, is that like not retail though? Is that
so
what that
that's,
like hookup, or was
that's
that
a
normal?
little bit of a hookup?
Okay.
So retail, these things will go for like 25 or something like that.
Gotcha.
So we have some good friends who work in the air compressor industry who basically recommended us this. We were actually supposed to go for a used rotary screw setup, but the issue with those is that the one specifically we were looking at, there were too many issues with it. It would work, but there were a few things where we had to replace some parts and keep up with some maintenance and
a lot of maintenance, right?
Yeah, like we were looking at like a $10,000 total bill. So with a brand new air compressor with 3-year warranty, I'd rather take this at $2,000 versus $10,000 with no warranty versus a machine we may not know might not work, even if we put in all the money and effort to try and get it fixed.
Hell yeah.
So with this, it's pretty much plug in, set up, set an air dryer to it, set all the air lines, have the electrical set up, and you're good to go.
Lit. But dude, a lot of the shop build consists of moving stuff around to get it ready for paint, and obviously the next step is gonna have to be the floors, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for the next video for that. Let's get right back to working on the 240. Nice, dude. Nice.
All right, what you got going on here, boy?
What's up, brother? So we already got the passenger side door off. The reason why we have the doors off is so that we can work on doing the body line delete without breaking our back and sitting on the ground and stuff. So we already took the passenger side out, like I said. We're working on the driver's side and taking this out. Thought, you know, we might as well show you guys how to do it since we're here, right? Fuck it, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are curious. But if you want to go ahead and take the door panel off, there's a screw right here where this little hand rest is, a screw right here, and then you pop the cover off right here for the door handle, and you pop the panel up and it's out. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and remove all the harnesses in the door. So right here, for example, we're gonna go ahead and pop these out. We have another harness, I believe, that goes back here. Let's see, right here. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this.
Those ones are a little bit tricky, those little pop clips.
Yeah, they're a little annoying. If you have gloves, you might have a hard time, but yeah, so there's a little snap-on thing right here. You see that on it? Mm-hmm. We're gonna disconnect that, right? And then disconnect all the clips that go into the door. And then after that, you have the connection to the speaker. So once you remove the speaker and disconnect that, you should pretty much be squared away.
And then the one last thing that you forgot to mention was
this pin right here, yes. So aside from the 4 bolts that hold the door hinge in place, you have this pin right here.
See if I can get a better shot of that.
What do you call this one? This is basically the stopper.
Yeah, so that prevents the door from swinging out all the way.
Extending and breaking.
Yeah.
Shit. So a lot of people might think, oh, you know, you take the 10 mils off on the side. No, what you're gonna wanna do is we go ahead and hit the pin from the bottom right here and then pop it up. And then you can go ahead and remove the 4 bolts on the hinge, pop it out. So that's how you move your 240SX doors. Check out what we just got for the shop, guys. Just a bunch of tools that we always need but never remember to buy. Thanks to Arlen, he went and picked this up.
No worries.
Harbor
Freight, man.
Yeah, dude, Harbor Freight. Hell yeah. Tell him how much you spent on this, bro.
80 bucks.
80 bucks for all this useful shit.
I'm also like a Harbor Freight like pro member or whatever because I bought one of their toolboxes, which is that blue one, which is super good. Like a big disclaimer about Harbor Freight, they have a lot of good stuff. You just have to know what to buy. I would never buy any of like their electric or like.
All right, don't bash on Harbor Freight.
I'm not bashing on Harbor Freight.
I know, but
like their hand tools are good.
I don't want to miss out on a Harbor Freight sponsor just because you said don't buy one thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, sponsor or not, Harbor Freight's great for, you know,
for like quick stuff,
just quick and affordable shit. So it's nice that we got all that stuff, but we got the door off here. Let's go ahead and move on to actually cutting into the frame rails now. Like this is, it's going down. So we just got the car on jack stands. The next thing we're gonna do is basically drop the entire suspension and the subframe. So we have clearance to cut all this stuff out to create clearance for the Ishikawa wide body kit. So what we have to do is disconnect the brake lines from here, which is a little 10 mil coupling nut. Is that what you call it, Arlen?
So those are like line flanges usually.
So they're coupling nuts.
Yeah, they're like a coupling nut. So essentially, just be very careful with those because they are made out of usually brass or a softer metal.
So you don't want to fuck it up. Otherwise it won't seal properly, right?
Well, we won't be able to tighten it, which is going to be the big issue. So just be very careful with that.
And then after that, we're going to drop the coilover down, disconnect the tension rod from the power brace, and then after that, disconnect the end link from the lower control arm, and we're free to go with dropping the entire subframe, giving us all the room we need to start cutting and creating clearance.
Will Christian finish his wide body in time for the open house? Find out next time on the next episode of Lucrative Ball Z. So currently right now, Christian is working on the steering rack, and whenever you remove the column from the rack, it is a smart idea to put a alignment mark so that everything's good to go pretty much when you put it back in.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the last thing we have to disconnect before we drop the subframe, and then obviously the top hats after that. So yeah, it's super important. To take this off, there's pretty much a 12 mil back here, and once you're loosening that 12 mil, this should slip out. Try not to fucking move this. Try not to. I've noticed I just marked the outer part of the housing. Make sure you actually mark the inner shaft that actually rotates. I didn't do that. I missed it, but it's hard to get the Sharpie in there. Okay, and we got it, fellas.
That should be pretty good. So all Christian's got to do is disconnect these right here. There's 4 bolts underneath that hold the steering rack. Wait, are you removing the whole knuckle?
No. We're removing the entire subframe with the fucking rack, so we don't have to do much more after that.
Just do what he said, he'll be okay. Not enough power?
Alright, let's see if this works, bro. Barely getting up there. There it is. You was right, homeboy. It actually fucking worked.
Yeah.
Oh. There we go.
Disconnected.
I'm feeling it, bro. I'm warm.
You excited?
I'm actually moving. I'm excited as fuck, dude. We're actually gonna make some moves. We're gonna get some clearance. We're actually gonna start reinforcing this strut tower very soon. Arlen and Jeff's Wolfson, thanks to you two, got me a couple options as far as where I can get some about, I think the guy said 1.5 inches.
That sounds about
diameter,
right.
1.5 inch diameter of chromoly tube. Hopefully you don't have to get the 20 footer that they had in stock. Hopefully we can get them to cut it in half, because we do not need 20 feet just to reinforce this little area. Maybe like, honestly, 5 feet will probably do.
I get 10 just in case.
Just get 10, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just because we might mess up on the welds, whatever. But we're getting it, guys. We're fucking getting it. Ow!
You okay?
Ah!
You okay?
I'm good. I'm good. That wasn't too fucking bad, but make sure you guys maybe bungee cord the coilover.
Or have a buddy hold it up.
Yeah, I just fucking sent it. Didn't even think about it. At least my foot protected the caliper from getting smacked.
All right,
whoo! Man. Last one. There we go. Anything. Keep that pretty face pretty.
What's the sub stuck on? You're completely off the jack.
Probably in the tension rods. Shout out to my mom's aquarium for this fucking dollar.
Currently, right now, Christian's tension rods are still in there, so he's got his giant pry bar, and he is going to basically untension them so that he can get the subframe out. Well, I mean, I would have, you know, taken them out first and then done it.
All right, okay, you know what? That's why you're the main mechanic here, bro. You're the fucking main mechanic. I'm over here bullshitting.
He's got his own way of doing things.
If I didn't leave it like this, then I wouldn't have the fucking rear subframe suspended up like this for the dolly, so.
I guess you could say that.
Suck my dick.
What dick?
Fuck you.
Don't you mean suck that clam?
All right, grab one side. The top of the coil, lift. Oh, power steering. There. Dude, my subframe is out.
All right, now we powder coating this bitch.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Wow, look at all that PBM.
Look at that, guys. The subframe is completely out. All in one, all together. Calipers, rotors, everything. That was definitely not too difficult to do. And now we have all the room to make the clearance and do all the fabrication that we need to reinforce this motherfucking strut tower. We out here, it's lit.
You know what? The floor stood up really well to that your whole rotor smashing against.
Well, I mean, it did smash into my freaking foot and leg
did
first.
It really?
Yeah. Well,
look at the floor.
Hey, yeah. Hey, as long as the floor looks good, I'm happy, right?
Yeah. You can replace your leg, but before we put too much.
You're fucking funny. Fuck you, bitch.
All right, guys. So while Christian is out and doing some personal family matters, I actually have to go save Tyler. He is stranded on the side of the street with his 240 because he forgot to put his alternator power cable back on. So bring in a few tools and let's go save our boy. So we have Tyler here with us. His car died in the middle of the freeway. There's his S14 right there. It's really dark, but do you want to explain what happened, Tyler?
I accidentally forgot to put on the power wire that actually hooks up to the alternator, so I was just driving my car strictly just on the battery itself. But fun fact, a lot of 240s, they don't have enough electronics to really drain the battery really fast like Mercedes or BMWs. So you'll actually last a good like 10-15 miles on the battery.
Yeah, you're from Castro Valley, and then you made it to like damn near, we're at Aesthetic right now, so that's a good 15 miles.
Yeah, see, so I made a good distance. So
yeah, but you had to call me, and then his 100 amp fuse for some reason popped, so we got to figure that out.
On the optimistic side, you can think about it this way. You can make it to school and back on a battery, and you don't need an alternator.
I'd rather have my alternator,
so you can just
bro.
pay for batteries like every fucking 2 days, and you'll be fine.
Okay, I'm not balling like you. Let's go and fix your damn car. See, that's what happens if you have an alternator. Your car starts.
It started, okay?
Once.
Like Middle East and India, they're all part of Asia, right? Jerusalem is also in the Middle East, which also means...
Jesus is Middle Eastern.
No, Jesus is Asian. Because the Middle East and India are part of Asia. So which means that more than half the world...
You can't be recording this, man. What? This is too controversial. We gonna get demonetized by Christian. We get demonetized by
I sneaked it in the vlog. Oh, what's good? Yes, we're all fucking Asian. Like Bruce Lee says, we are but one family under the heavens.
See?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee is a derivative of Jesus.
So, as you guys can see, Ty's car made it to the shop. Holy crap, what the hell happened there, Ty?
I crashed into a tree, don't question it.
Okay, got it. So, anyways, this is Ty's super clean S14. Sort of clean, but it looks really good actually. I really like it. Just a little bit of TLC and it'll get there. But what we ended up figuring out with Ty's car is that for some reason, where the alternator stud is connected, it's missing sort of a spacer piece. So the tip of the charge harness where it connects to the alternator stud that supplies power to the battery was actually shorting itself out on the body of the alternator. So we made some plates, or made some spacer plates out of styrene. Thank you to Adam from Aesthetic. Sorry we bothered you at such this hour, but we got it to work and get the car here. I'm not entirely sure if the alternator is at full duty because we were reading a low voltage, but hopefully Ty's able to make it home safe. If not, I'll be giving you a ride back to Castro Valley, Ty.
Thank you.
But yeah, just wanted to update you guys on what happened with Ty's car. So if you guys ever have that issue, because Ty did recently swap this motor, please check all your electrical before you start going anywhere.
In a sense, I fucked up, so don't fuck up.
Take a look at this, guys. Dude, this is about to look really clean. So all the light spots that you guys are seeing is the uncured epoxy, and all the dark spots, like, which is most of it, is basically the color that it's actually gonna be, and that is the most cured out of all of it. Before we put on the top gloss, we need to wait about 24 hours to 36 hours, and that sets us up perfectly to work on the 240SX and get the strut towers all reinforced. making some serious moves. I'm very, very stoked. Please drop me a like if you guys enjoyed the content in today's video. Drop a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.